Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Megha Sharma. The preliminary investigation into the Air India crash incident in Ahmedabad, which led 260 people dead, has suggested the issues in the movement of the engine fuel control switches may have caused the tragedy. Following an analysis of the Boeing 787 flight and voice data recorders, the aviation industry publication Air Current has reported that there may be a possibility of improper movement of fuel control switches in the cockpit. The report said that the ongoing investigation into the cause of the crash has narrowed its focus on the movement of the engine fuel switches, attributing this information to multiple people with knowledge of the investigation without revealing their identity. The report states that the data from the Dreamliner's black box points the investigators towards improper, inadvertent or intentional pilot actions. The report states that at this point in the inquiry, the data available to the investigators does not indicate a mechanical or a design issue with the Boeing Dreamliner 787 or its two GE Aerospace engines. It has also been indicated that the post-accident analysis showed no sign of fuel contamination or improper retraction of the aircraft's flaps, the two factors that have been widely speculated as possible contributors to the accident. The report initially says that the fuel switch led to the Air India crash. What does it mean and how it impacts the engine? It's important to understand the fuel system in the GE engines before we carry forward with this telecast and have our discussion with the panelists. This diagram on your screen is going to help you understand this better. If you take a look at the bottom half of the screen, bottom left is where the spar valve is located. This fuel actually is supplied under pressure by fuel pumps that are located in fuel tanks. Now there is a low pressure fuel pump and high pressure fuel pump, and that's exactly how it functions. The fuel flows through a spar valve, which is at the bottom left of the screen. If you take a look at it, it's located in the main tank. It then passes through the first stage, like I said, low pressure fuel pump, and where additional pressure is added to the fuel, and the fuel is then managed by the final pressure that is generated by the second stage. We come to the second stage, which is the high pressure fuel pump, and this fuel is then heated automatically by the engine oil, which flows through the fuel, or the oil heat exchanger is what we call it. The fuel filter then removes the contaminants. The fuel is then controlled by the fuel metering unit to meet the existing thrust requirements by the engine. The fuel flows through the engine fuel valve and the fuel flow meter, and the fuel then enters the engine combustion chamber. The spar valve that is located in the main fuel tank and the engine valve that is located in the second unit, which is the engine valve, allows the fuel to flow to the engine when both the valves are open. The valves open when the engine fire switch is in and the fuel control switch is in the run position. I'm going to quickly show you that image, and if we can actually put that second image out, that gives you exactly, so that's the engine valve and that's the spar valve, and these valves are operated, controlled by the engine switches, and that's where the investigators are right now pointing fingers, if we believe the report that has been shared by this publication. So let's start this conversation.